What's up, guys? This is Ninja, the Ninja. Oh, wrong thing. But anyways, real quick, since you're here, that new champion sucks. Basically, she's an AD. She sucks. Basically, I think it was good for them to make it to where you at least need a ult before you can jump over, before you can pole vault over walls. But basically, there should be a cooldown. Basically, um, where like you can't ult and it lasts for 10 seconds or whatever, and you stand by the wall, DPS, or go wherever, and then 8, 9, and then you jump over wall in 10. It should be like for the next 3 seconds, you can pull vault over a wall, and then it goes away. Because that, this champion has everything that basically she's gonna get nerfed into the ground. Well, she would be if there wasn't other champions that were overpowered. Anyways, that's not the point here. Oh shit. The point is this. Okay. So basically, Jordan Peterson had a talk, and during this talk, there was either you're Christian or you're not during a Jubilee discussion. And the point is, Jubilee is created to do what it does, right? It gets people in the know to talk about, basically, but it was created to try to get people and influence them and manipulate them in some way. Think of the Bernie blackout. That's happening to me. Basically, I bring good advice, good wisdom, good knowledge, but I'm torn apart by biased pushback um, and critique. But you're seeing here, this is evidence basically to some fucked up bullshit that they're doing. Basically, so for anyone who has not seen this, this is important to see. And again, like the recent video of Destiny that I posted, where I'm glad it was brought up and I'm glad it was talked about. And this is the alpha that we need and the world should know about. Instead of showing you guys the guy with the iron chin, like we need to talk about the guy with like an iron spine, basically, right? And who won't back down for shit. That's more alpha than I have sex with a lot of girls, which basically is the Hollywood aspect, right? But anyways, check this video out and watch.
Your Jubilee video.
Oh, I've got a story about that. As it turned out, as I understand, the people who were arguing with me were told a different story than I was told.
Oh.
I was told that it was Jordan Peterson against 20 atheists. They were told that it was a Christian against 20 atheists. And so that first young man, who was very disrespectful, he said something about me being a Christian, and I said, I didn't make a claim to be a Christian. And he said, well, what do you mean? This is a Christian against 20 atheists. You don't even know where you are. And I thought, what the hell? I don't know. I don't understand that. That wasn't my understanding.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that was a mistake on the part of Jubilee.
They did that.
Yeah.
Because I've heard other people come from there and say that they twisted like words.
Yes,
to, like,
it was appalling what they did.
If you enjoyed that.
Right, no, fuck you. As far as these people, they're fucking stupid. If you enjoy that, don't follow them. They're garbage. Fuck them fools. Like, all they did is just take, anyways, they're stupid, fuck them. Again, the problem is we have too many middlemen craving the alpha leadership role, but they don't want any of the responsibility. They just want the income and the benefits of it, basically. And they're ruining women, ruining lives, ruining everything, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I talked to many people about this on Destiny's chat. I think I'm in there right now. Actually, I should leave, actually, not thinking about it. Let me close that out real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay. So I forgot I was in the Justice chat room, but what I do is I talk to people, right? And I just sit in Justice chat room. If you want to talk to me, I'm in there. I think my name is the world's smartest man. I'm like a 9-0 right now between people that tried to shut me down, and 9 people have failed. And this is in Destiny's chat. So, anyways, welcome. So, yeah. What was I saying?
I saw your Jubilee video.
Oh, I've got a story about that. As it turned out, as I understand, the people who were arguing with me were told a different story than I was told.
Oh.
I was told that it was Jordan Peterson against 20 atheists.
Okay. Oh,
They
that's
were
what it was. It's because the guy, that one of the guys I spoke to, said, "I can't believe you believe Jordan Peterson over the opinion of like 40 people." And I told him, well, it depends. In this instance, only Jordan Peterson would know, and the other 40 people wouldn't know. So, of course, I'm going to trust Jordan Peterson because he's the only person who could know. Them and the liars. And for them to say no, but clearly that's what happened. And I was trying to explain to him, if you make sense of it, if you understand everything that's going on, that makes sense. And he was like, fuck this isn't making sense. And again, because I was ruling, I was winning, basically. That's why the 9, I think it was an 8, it became a 9 that day, right? And it was today, actually, which is kind of funny. But that's the algorithm, and good, good. And in that situation, sure. But again, it should have everything, not just these people. It should be everything and everyone, and blah blah blah, and mentions and da da da, and who knows and not what, not just people who pay you money, or influence, and like there should be a slot that's like, oh, these are the sponsored people, and you can look at our sponsored content, but this is just random bullshit, and that's what it should be, just random fucking random garbage, right? About nothing, and give them a chance to rise to stardom. That's what it should be. But they capitalized on that, and they made it towards rigged, and the algorithm is rigged. And again, why Bernie Sanders can't fill a chat room, but he can fill a stadium, because they're rigging the system. The algorithms are all rigged and bullshit. That's why Elon Musk is #1 on X, right? And why he wasn't until he bought it. And if for some reason now he's the most popular fucking person on there, like why? And it's because he rigged the algorithm to. And again, they can do that. The algorithm is bullshit. That it's lying. They're faking it. But anyways, I agreed with Jordan Peterson because it made sense that they would do that. That's hella dishonest. But the point is that they're trying to divide and conquer. They're trying to split hairs and make people not get along. They're trying to create division. That's what Jordan Peterson, I remember, in the debate, he was looking at the paper, and he's like, what do you mean? Like, I gotta see what the title is. Because he's never looked at the title, right? And it makes sense. Like, why would you doubt him, right? And of course, you who don't know, and you're measuring a man's value on his fucking what's it called, his a cover, instead of like what the content is, right? You can't do that. And that's why when I went to school, I tried to go to college, and when I failed the class, or I failed the test or whatever, I got like I failed a question, basically, because they're like, who was the man with the dog and the bell and the drool, basically? And I knew it. I was like, oh, that's what's his name. And I explained what he did, and I still failed. And at that point, I was like, fuck this class, dude. If they're gonna hold me back because I can't remember the dude's name, then fuck these people, right? Like, they don't. Who are they to decide that you're gatekeeping me because I can't remember his name? But I can tell you everything. Like, someone can remind me Literally, I could talk about exactly what it is, and someone, oh, that was Pavlov. I'm like, yeah, Pavlov, that guy, right? And you know what I'm talking about. But somebody's like, Pavlov, and they go about him, and you're gonna give it to him? Like, what the fuck are you doing, right? So it's, yeah, that's why. But the system is rigged. Again, this is why Burning Blackout happened. They're trying to shut you down. This is what grassroots is a thing. That's why you should like my videos and you should sub. Give me money and pass. What's it called? Tell your friends about me. And tell your friends. You know, we should talk. We should play. You can evaluate me any which way. Just know I'm 9-0. I am open for debate. I'm always willing to discuss. I'm always willing to fight and challenge. I've played League of Legends with platinums and diamond players, and I was a top scorer in the game, basically. Because I was able to hold it down against a challenger Yasuo, against a challenger Orianna. Both of them countered me, by the way. But the fact is, I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to play the game. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. But the system is rigged. The game is rigged. They're trying to tell me, oh, you suck because you're losing to Iron and Bronze. And no, I'm not. I'm Iron and Bronze and going against Challenger and Platinum Diamond players. Like, this is not normal. You would not see this normally, but this was happening. And again, they control the media. They control the thoughts and the ideas moving forward. And so that's why it's all fucked up. And again, that's what I'm trying to point out. This whole situation with Jordan Peterson and how he thought it was A and they thought it was B, and that was the breakup, the disconnect. And then they go and try to highlight that disconnect like it's a main feature, and they're trying to get you to react into they basically want you to knee kick response into everything. But literally, that's why most girls are 30 years old and single with blown out vaginas, and why they're alone, and why their lives suck, and why they're losers, and they're nothing, and they'll never amount to anything, or whatever, because they need to go beyond knee kick reaction, and they need to actually think and learn and understand, and be able to go to third person and to go to fifth person, right? Again, there's ideas because, like, and again, the fifth person, all that would be is the person watching the third. So, to me, what it means to say fifth person, or the fifth dimension, or the fifth perspective, is there is the somebody first, somebody watching that somebody, which is the second, and somebody watching that person, and that's the third. Somebody watching that person, who's watching that person, who's watching that would be the fourth, and so on, and just rinse and repeat, right? It's a mind game, but again, they don't actually exist. But in more intelligently, in your mind, sure, where dragons roam, right? They make sense there, but in reality, no, they're not. And I can talk about that. Ask me about it. But anyways, again, yeah. So you need to snap back and look at it, right? And they want you to be stupid, an animal, basically, and to not realize that doing this is a bad move late game. They want you to act now and benefit yourself now, like Snoop Dogg. He sold all of his music when he was younger, and then now he's older. He's like, what the fuck, man? Because they all own his music. He made $1 million, and he was like, fucking yeah. They made billions and billions and billions off of his music, and he's like, that's some cold shit, son. That's how it works, dude. That's how it works. That's the world. That's how it works. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true. I've been saying it forever, but yeah. I had nothing but hate. I had nothing but hate. I get nothing but hate, basically. Nothing but haters, nothing but shit talkers, and nothing but influencers that try to manipulate and lie, extort. Anyways, I'm out. I just want to point that out. They did that to create disruption, to try to get you guys to make a stupid decision that you would regret when you're 30, but by then you stop listening to him because he's 30, and now you want to go listen to an 18-year-old who that 18-year-old is also making a bad decision, right? And that's how it works. And they rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, and then that's MAGA. So anyways, be well, be happy, be safe, peace.